It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime. Geno Jones Showtime. I come to you live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern to 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast here in the Carolinas, the beautiful Charleston, South Carolina metro area. So if you're in the Carolinas, everybody on the East Coast, 7:30. Hello, Chicago, stand up, San Antonio, Texas. Yes, we'll be speaking to our military expert briefly. He's going to open up the show. If y'all know Stephen A. Smith, you might tell him he might want to tune in, or maybe you can just pull this video and send it to him, or maybe not, because I don't know, he may want to retire after the Master Sergeant has a few words of clarification. Seemed to be a little confusion, even though we had Wednesday night was an episode where the Master Sergeant separated fact from fiction and truth from lies and bullshit from the reality. So, but I digress. So I'm excited because I have two guests along with the Master Sergeant who's returning. My other guest is returning. She's a doctor and the CEO of the Pineapple Apple Carriage Boutique.com. Dr. Adriane, they both are going to be coming on soon. But everybody watching, if you got a question or comment, the show is interactive. You'll see where it says chat. I have a live chat room where you can ask a question. You can give me your comment if you want me to give a shout out, whatever it is. You got a question for my guest, jump in that chat room. Please, it's so important for the algorithms, set of instructions. That's what our algorithm is, just a set of instructions that, these designers of all these, websites and platforms use to, kind of get people addicted. But it also kind of measures the engagement, like how many people you watch and how long. So all that's important because I'm approaching a milestone where YouTube will monetize my channel and the media company. So make sure that you click on the thumbs up, like this and every episode, and leave your comments. It is so important. Whatever comment you leave in the chat room, leave your comments right there in the comment section where you see below. And even if you don't get a chance to leave a comment in the chat room, leave your comments in the comment section, all right? And we'll tell you how you can support the Geno Jones Show financially. You can be a sponsor, advertise, or if you just want to support the show financially, you can do it via Zelle and Cash App. And I'll give you that information at the end of the show because I want to bring my guest on. I told you earlier, so let's see these handsome and beautiful black faces, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, the beautiful doctor there you see, she's returning, the CEO of the Pineapple Apple Carriage Boutique.com, and our other, very familiar, if you are regular of the Geno Jones Show, a regular, you've seen this man on a regular basis. He is our military expert. He is a retired Marine Master Sergeant, over 20 years in the service. Ladies and gentlemen, Master Sergeant Roy Gray, full disclosure, he is my first cousin. As a matter of fact, he knew me before I was born because him and his mom and sisters were living with us when I was in my mother's stomach. So that's a whole funny, another story, Dr. Adriane, beautiful story. My mother kind of reminded me and the Master Sergeant the other night. She's like, oh, it's just so beautiful, and that's a whole nother story. So, but you're a mom, you understand how moms are, and you all bring the life into the world. She said, who would have thought way back then the life I was carrying, and my first cousin, so he was like almost like her first son before I got here. So it was just, her perspective was just really beautiful, and she was excited and all in tears. So we're gonna talk to the Master Sergeant, Dr. Adriane, and I normally don't do this because I don't do it for clicks. Look, I've been in this media game over 30 years, like over 3.5 decades, basically. All right, maybe closer to 4. I was a teenager. I started, working as interns, being on the radio. Like I was probably first gig, maybe 18 or 19 years old. So I've been doing this for a minute. So I understand, especially now with these digital media platforms and even with your corporate media or your traditional media, because of technology, to get more viewers and to get people to view longer, you got to do things a little different. But still, everybody that watches the show, my grandmother, who I'm named after, Jean Jones, or as my cousins refer to her as Cousin Jean. One of the many pearls of wisdom she had is, she said, Jeannie, tell the truth, shame the devil. So that's what we do here. We tell the truth and shame the devil. So, I talked about Stephen A. Smith. Look, and I'm happy for the brother's success on ESPN, but then he got, real crazy with it. Well, I'm thinking about running for president. Yeah, okay, look, you have a right. It's great to believe in yourself, and it's not a crime to be delusional. The most delusional person on the planet is at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. But, sometimes, especially when it comes to our culture. Now, I know he's speaking to more people than just, black Americans, but at the end of the day, black folks really put you in that position. So sometimes you just gotta call bullshit. Or as the kids say, a cap. When you just straight out, you're gonna stick to the lie. As Cousin Jean would say, my grandmother, you're gonna stick to the lie. So Master Sergeant gave me a call. Well, actually, he called me last night, and I was busy promoting the show, putting it on social media platforms, and I fell asleep with the phone in the bed. And then I woke up, had a missed call from Master Sergeant Gray. I missed calling my mom. And so when we talked, Dr. Adriane and everybody, he told me about, and shout out to everybody that's posting in the chat room, including my mother and your other mother, Sonny. She's excited. She sees us both on camera. So Master Sergeant Gray told me he saw Stephen A. Smith on The View. Basic lying. We're just going to call it what it is, lying. And lying on people like Senator Mark Kelly. We talked about Senator Kelly, Senator Slotkin, and some of the other Congress people who all they did was repeated the law and the code, is the Uniform Military Code of Justice.
Yes.
Master Sergeant Gray did a masterful job, Dr. Adriane, explaining to everybody what this, it's like a handbook, a textbook, and there are laws that they abide by. And one thing that they are taught, I guess from basic training, boot camp, the Master Sergeant, he'll repeat that, is that they're not to obey an unlawful or illegal order. All right, they have certain codes. They're not just thugs running around with guns. They're professionals. They don't just shoot innocent people. So Stephen A. Smith, when he was on The View, he's like, well, they came on TV and told people not to obey orders. No, they didn't. Stop, Stephen, because you lying. Now, and we can see and hear you lying on camera. So stop playing in people's face. So when Master Sergeant Gray told me about it, he was like, cuz I don't know, you might have to hold me back. And when I went and looked at it, when I looked at the conversation on The View, I was like, oh, I see why he was so upset. So Master Sergeant Gray is here. He's gonna give you a short tutorial. It won't be the entire show like we did, because you can go back and look at Wednesday night's show, and you'll see probably about 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes, he explained in detail everything about the Uniform Military Code of Justice, about what a professional military does and does not do, and some of the mistakes that were made in the past. So go back and watch Wednesday night show. But just for those, all right, this is almost like a, look at it as kind of like, okay, we're gonna recap for everybody that got an F on the test. Here's the correct answer. So if I make you retake this test, you will get that answer correct. Some of y'all was asleep or hungover or high, whatever it was, on ecstasy, or was on your phone, sexing your girlfriend or your boyfriend. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna repeat, I'm gonna give you the answer to the test again, and listen closely, and we're not gonna leave out anything. So Master Sergeant I'm going to let you take it from here and talk about how there's still some confusion about not obeying orders and not obeying illegal or unlawful orders.
All right, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet, and I'm going to try to be civil while I say this. But I'm going to start out by telling Stephen A. Smith, shut up, shut up. I have a couple of other things I'd like to tell you, but I'm only going to say shut up because I want to stay civil here. You talked about politicians on television reading a portion of the Military Code of Justice, which says you do not have to follow illegal or unlawful orders. It's written in the book. It's been there for centuries. Anybody that's been in the military, they are aware of these military codes. It's no secret. If someone tells you, go over there and shoot that person, you can't do that. We fight against enemy combatants, not civilians or anyone else. If we come across enemy combatants, once they have been neutralized, you cannot kill them. You have to take them as prisoners. If they're hanging from the side of a boat, a house, or wherever, once they have been neutralized, you cannot harm them. I don't care how pissed off you are about how many of your buddies died or whatever. You cannot do anything to them. The rest of the world looks up to us because we follow these laws. We don't follow unlawful orders like the Germans did in World War II by killing civilians and prisoners of war. We don't do that because if we do that, then everyone else can do it without any question. We don't do that. And remember, one day our troops may be in harm's way. And if they get caught, do you want somebody to kill them? I think not. Once again, Stephen A., shut up, stick to sports because you don't know what the hell you talking about. You've never worn a uniform. Stay your ass on the bench and be quiet. Now, let me also say this. Those politicians that spoke up, it's best for them to speak up before those unlawful and illegal orders get to the troops. Let the politicians stop it before it gets to the troops and you put them in a compromising situation that they don't know what to do. They know all of the codes and everything, but they are under a lot of pressure from their superiors. Those superiors in the Department of Defense and the White House and all of those other fools, let me back up, all those other spineless jellyfish that are sitting in Washington, D.C. doing nothing and kowtowing to this man sitting in the White House. You can't. Now, someone must have said something to those politicians for them to even come out and say this. They knew something was coming. So I'm sure somebody in the Pentagon probably said something too. I'm sure a lot of military people are talking about this already because you already pissed off everybody in the military when you call all the senior commanders in. You can't call all the senior commanders in the military in and sit them in a room and threaten them and think everything's going to be all right. They would like to bust your head every day of the week if they could. But of course, we have a constitution that we follow, so we must remain civilized. Now, getting back to Stephen A. Smith, I know he's not going to shut his mouth. He's going to keep on talking. So I want to give him just a handful of talking points. Why don't you talk about the man destroying the country with the tariffs? Why don't you talk about the man who tried to overthrow the government and kill the vice president? Why don't you talk about the man who just released one of the biggest drug dealers in our country's history? How about you talk about that man that's blowing up boats and this has not been authorized by Congress? Why don't you talk about the fact that tons of drugs are coming across the Mexican border every day? That's just right down the road from the house. We ain't blowing up no cars or trucks. We are an ocean away blowing up boats supposedly holding drugs. They may be an ocean away. So what makes more sense? You come to the border here and right here in Mexico, or go an ocean away and blow up a few boats? This doesn't add up. What is Trump trying to do? Are we trying to build more casinos in Venezuela? Think about it. None of this makes any sense. But as for you, Stephen A., if you want to talk about things, I just gave you some talking points. And really, We don't need to go any farther than the man who tried to overthrow the government and kill the vice president. That's the main point that everybody should bring up every time these spineless jellyfish start talking about somebody's being seditious. Seditious, you sat there while these people tried to overthrow the government and kill the vice president and did nothing. Nothing. But yet, you want to talk about these men who read you a statement from the Uniform Code of Military Justice. That is not breaking the law. Trying to overthrow the government and kill the vice president, that's breaking the law. But because we are in racist America, the president's white, and you got all those spineless jellyfish Republicans up there, you let Donald Trump do whatever he wants to do, and you say absolutely nothing. But history will remember you. You can count on that. You're not going to get away with this. The best thing I love about Donald Trump is he has allowed us to see people as they really are. And as for Stephen A., are you trying to get a spot up there with Donald Trump? Are you trying to go to his parties? What's going on? What's going on? You already know everything that I just mentioned here to you. All of these talking points that I just gave you, you already know, or you should know. Are you trying to win favor with Donald Trump? And as for you running for president, you couldn't lead me to the bathroom if I had diarrhea. Running for president.
Sergeant in the Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Always Marine.
Marine Master Sergeant, retired. He may technically be retired, but as you all can see, he's still got a lot of fire and fight in his belly. All right, thank you, Master Sergeant. I didn't mean to get your blood pressure up. I think your blood
Too
pressure.
late. Too late.
It's too late now. So I know you said, your doctor said you don't watch this stuff and talk about it. Master Sergeant,
Too late.
It's too late now. Listen, thank you. Have a great weekend, Master Sergeant. He'll be back on soon, everybody.
All right, man.
All right. That
Be
is
good.
Master Sergeant Roy Gray. He's about to log off. I know this is a heck of a segue, hell of a segue, but we do support black-owned businesses here, and we support small businesses and everybody else here on the Geno Jones Show. I just get my screen
All right.
there as the Master Sergeant. He's about to log off. So here as we support our holiday blackout, because as a matter of fact, this week AT&T made the announcement that they are, after earlier in the year, saying that they were going to support their DEI program. Now all of a sudden, AT&T has decided that they are going to abandon all the diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. So once again, another pearl of wisdom of my grandmother, Jean Jones. She said, Jeannie, don't beg nobody to take your money. Don't beg nobody to take your money. So we collectively, as Black America, but not just Black America, but Americans that lean into humanity of all backgrounds, Hispanic, Asian, Native Americans, even white Americans that lean into humanity and not hate, because this is affecting all of us. So I call for the holiday blackout to pull our money out of the economy. I started at Halloween and I said all the way to New Year's Day, because the best way to get people's attention with money and power is to dig in their pockets. Ask Target about that, how that worked out for them. So, but we have also said that it is so important that we especially support Black-owned businesses. You have 400,000 Black women who are primarily in like white-collar jobs, in leadership positions, middle management, have lost their jobs. A lot of those women work for the federal government that had been there for 10, 15, 20 years. The unemployment, 1.1 million Americans totally have lost their jobs. As a matter of fact, more people have lost their jobs. I forgot the year, but it's been many years since you've had 1.1 million Americans to lose their job. Of course, when COVID first hit, there were millions of people that lost their job, but minus what happened back in 2020 from March, starting in March, we hadn't seen this amount of job loss in decades. So it's so important that we support all of our Black-owned institutions and including Black-owned media. So I have been very intentional all along, but super very intentional to make sure that I give a platform to some great Black-owned businesses. I know I've told everybody about blacknile.co, which is basically, it's like an alternative to Amazon online, everything from Black-owned grocery stores, hotels and villas, restaurants, just a whole list of things, blacknile.co. So I wanted to bring back my guest. She's a doctor. She's also the CEO of the Pineapple Apple Carriage Boutique, and she's very patient, but just her site and her products are amazing. And as you see, she's got the $1 billion smile. But I like the gear. I don't know if it was intentional. Maybe it's the higher power working, because it looked like you've got your African, pride. I like that. I like that material. That's, knowing you, that's probably somewhere on your site. So I'm so excited to welcome back to the show my dear friend, Dr. Adriane Smalls Owen. Dr. Adriane, hello and welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me again.
Well, I'm glad, I guess Dr. Adriane, she's like, I didn't know this. See, I'm sure you've got family members that you may have some active duty, some retired, but it's one thing when you got a retired Marine Master Sergeant, they just got a different energy.
So I have a Purple Heart and Bronze Star Award husband.
Oh,
So yeah,
so him
I'm
and
deep
Master
in it.
Sergeant, they would have.
Yeah,
Oh, they would
yeah. He was Army. And yeah, so I totally understand. That's why, the passion, and I almost feel like sometimes I'm a little bit more passionate than my husband is, and articulating what some of the frustrations are when we talk about the military, and those soldiers and what they're really there for,
Yes.
how they're being utilized, and then not only that, but the advocacy for the effects that some of these things that they have to do when they get out of the military,
Yes.
and the care.
Yes.
The integrity behind their position and their mission. I totally understand where he was coming from.
You do, yeah. You
Yeah. Yeah. And primarily because, Purple Heart, those are people that actually got, injured in combat, but mine is still here. The majority of people who get that award, it's a posthumous award for them.
True.
They're not here to even be able to receive it. So I see things from a very different perspective.
And thank God that he had favor on your husband. Please shout him out.
Right.
Let's honor his service and his real sacrifice. Because see,
Right.
you got people that's talking a lot of talking tough, and ass ain't never been wasn't even in a fight in grade school.
Right.
But,
Yeah. So
talking
my
tough
staff
and
sergeant
legality, and we were
retired.
like, sit your little punk
Yeah.
ass, excuse my French, your little punk ass. You were the kind of dude that would throw a rock and hide your hand and then run to the back and let everybody else get in the fight, and you run your little scary ass home.
Yeah, so we have 4 deployments, 2 Iraq and 2 Afghanistan.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Shout him out. What's his
and
name?
Staff Sergeant retired, Jatorin Owens, Senior Army. Oh,
My brother, I salute your service and your sacrifice. One day, hopefully,
thank you.
he and Master Sergeant Gray will get a chance to meet, and because Master Gray is going to come down here sometime in 26. So when he does, we'll make sure that we link him up, your husband up with, because I'm sure that
Absolutely.
they
have some stories to talk about.
you got to show
Right.
your husband that my cousin's monologue at the beginning. I'm sure he'd be like, yeah, brother, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he does because he watches, ESPN and Stephen A. So I'm not in tune because I really certain things I just don't even want to hear. So I don't even have to really get myself all worked up,
Protect your
about
peace.
things because,
That's
like I said,
smart, doctor.
right, yeah, and like I said, when I spent my time as an intern at the White House during the Obama administration, my main objective, one of the main objectives, was for advocating for the military and veterans, military and veteran families, on the aspect of addressing the mental health situations, that were happening, and then the lack of care, and the lack of immediate care for our soldiers that were coming out of the military post-war. So yeah, it is something that we're very familiar. It is a very common conversation in this house, but I totally get Master Sergeant.
Well, listen, but we brought you back not to talk about
Yep.
that, but we always want to honor our men and women, active duty and retired, especially those in our immediate family. I
Hmm.
brought you back because the holiday blackout for me and my viewers, it continues. Like I said, we don't beg anybody to take our money. I see what happened with AT&T, which really pissed me off, and I talked about it last night. So I will be. And the thing with AT&T, yeah, earlier in the year they said that they were gonna honor and maintain their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. And now all of a sudden, you're afraid. Well, yeah, when the administration says that it's illegal. Really? Okay. So it's clear that you're telling me that you don't care about me, you don't give a shit about me or my money. So once again, I'm not gonna beg anybody to take my money. Now I've had a business account with AT&T for about 15 years. I got several lines, but like I said last night, their days are numbered. Probably in the hours, I don't know who, but I will find another carrier, and I will be sending an email, a letter via email to the CEO, letting them know that you take black people for granted. Specifically black people, women, and other people of color, and there's people who lean into humanity and not hate. But we have options, and we have to be strategic because once again, the only way to get people's attention with money and power is to dig in those pockets. And when that money stops, if we the 2.1 trillion dollars in spending power that black Americans have, when that $2 trillion starts coming back in our community, a lot of people's behavior, a lot of these CEOs are going to be like, well, we was just afraid, we were scared, we didn't. No. We have the Pineapple Apple Carriage Boutique, and we have other black business. We're good. Y'all go ahead over there and do what you're going to do. So for those who may not have saw the last episode when you were on, just give everybody a little background about your business, the site, and all the wonderful products. And I'm sure you got some specials going on for this holiday season. Because now here we are, 19 days. 19. They got roughly about 18 shopping days? No, 19, 20. Yeah, 19 shopping days till Christmas. So we know you've got some great deals. But start off, if you don't mind, Dr. Adriane, just give everybody a little background about your company.
All right. So the Pineapple Carriage Boutique was birthed out of the parent company, the Pineapple Carriage. It is my coaching, executive consulting, and coaching for strategic leadership, organizational culture. But the three principles are based on be optimistic, embrace your culture, and nurture your gift. And I am a person of character and integrity. I am not going to promote or push or sell anything that I do not practice myself. And so being optimistic is believing that you can do whatever it is that you have the capacity in your mind to put yourself to do. Embracing your culture is really embracing who you are, because if you don't appreciate who you are in your culture, it is very hard to see past those blurred lines. It'll be blurry for you to be able to appreciate anyone else's culture, and then to nurture your gift. So whatever it is that you have embedded in you, nurture it so that it can come out. And from that, I am of a Gullah Geechee background. Sweetgrass baskets and the sweetgrass culture is our culture. And so our daughter is 17 years old, and she does the sweetgrass earrings. I come from one of the largest Gullah Geechee African American settlement communities in the Mount Pleasant area of the Snowden community. And we are a community of togetherness, and everyone eats from the same pot. Everyone supports each other. So we teach our kids, and we teach each other, family traditions. My mother's a seamstress. The 10-year-old crochets, and I do body butters, lip balms, and soaps from handmade, all natural products. And this was started because our children have, like, sensitive skin, and the cost for those other sellers, it is extremely expensive, and it is not the best products for our skin with all of the preservatives and all of the chemicals and all those kinds of things. So I took it upon myself to say, hey, I'm going to look at these labels and we're going to figure it out and we're going to put together a product that works for all of us in the house. And so I started doing that and they've been loving it. And they say, hey, mommy, you need to go ahead and push this out. So now it's available to all. And many of those people that have some of the same skin sensitivities, it's all natural products, shea butter, coconut oil. We use all natural ingredients, all natural oil fragrances for our products. And that's basically the story. It came out of a pain, like how you say, out of the pocket. You know, it was reaching too deep in our pocket for a family of 7. And so we went and streamlined and we have it all online now. So the Pineapple Carriage Boutique is one way to get our products. On the 14th of December, Sunday from 12 to 3, those that are in the Charleston area, we will be at the Mount Pleasant North Market in Park Boulevard, Park Bend Boulevard. The address specifically is the Park Bend 3520 Park Avenue Boulevard, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina 29466. It
Give us
is
that
an
address
open
again.
air.
Dr. Adriane, give us that address again.
3520 Park Avenue Boulevard, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina
Next Sunday?
29466. The 14th, December 14th, next Sunday from 12 p. to 3 p.
Okay.
There will be a number of vendors out there, but we will be there. The Pineapple Carriage Boutique in our yellow and black. That's our colors for our,
I love
our
it.
homemade and handmade products. And it will be so many different things. We had a new fragrance that came out for men, and I am in the lab working on a second one. We'll have that ready for the 14th as well. If you go on the website right now, you can find our 2-ounce travel size body butters. I do have
I was waiting. I was just
couple.
about to, because I know Dr. Adriane, she got that product placement. I know you had those
I
samples
do, I
and those
do, I
props. There
do.
we go.
Yeah. So we have those. Those are online right now. You can get buy 5 get 1 free. That's on the website, and the code is buy 5 get 1. It's also on our head on our head headliner on the website. We have the lip balms, and also I know this has been a hot item. I did not realize it was going to be so hot, but this is our turmeric and honey. So we also have a facial cleanser in the 2-ounce. Yeah, that is one of the things that's going
Turmeric
really,
and
really.
honey.
Turmeric
So
and
I got to
honey.
get some
Yes,
of
it's
that.
really
Okay.
good for the skin. And for the 17-year-old daughter that has won state and national competitions for her sweetgrass, these
Wow.
are her
Those are
signature
beautiful.
arch
Oh
earrings.
my God, those are
Yes, and
beautiful.
she is a very tiny weaver. So yeah, she's very meticulous. And then for those that don't like the very large earrings, here are some of the small dangle discs. But she has a few different
Beautiful.
designs. You can find that on the website.
Beautiful.
This is the one, the 10-year-old. The
Wow.
hand crocheted,
Look at
yes,
that
hand
hand.
crocheted. It's a purse.
Wow. That
So
is
these are
beautiful.
custom, order. You have to order those ahead of time. But we will have some of her small gift items, the crochet headbands for young girls, little girls, women, whoever wants to purchase those. We'll have these on hand, but you can place an order either through messaging us through the website or finding us on Facebook or TikTok, because we're on TikTok as well. Dr. Adriane at the Pineapple Carriage for TikTok. Miss Adriane, MRS. on Instagram, and Adrienne Smalls Owens on Facebook. And then finally, she's doing a number of things. This is one of the 10-year-old's most recent purses.
What?
This one is actually already sold. Yes,
So what is that
yes.
made of? Wait, leave to keep that up. Keep that up. And what's on the other
This
side?
one,
Wait, turn it on the other side. What is that? Oh
she has some
wow.
charms. Yeah, it's a heart shape and then some beaded charms. The person that ordered this was like, "Hey, just whatever you put on it, we'll be happy with it."
So
This is a
what is the
special type
bag
of
made out
crochet.
of? What does the bag say?
It's made out of a crochet tubed yarn because you can get yarn in all kinds of sizes, different colors. But this one is a special uh, acrylic. I believe it's made with acrylic and synthetic properties. And this is the smaller side, the smaller yarn that she uses to make the embellishments, which is also similar to the
Oh.
embellishment that she has on the headband.
And
But this
let
one
me
is
see
a
that charm.
different.
I love that charm on it on the other side. That is beautiful. Wow, with the heart shape.
Yeah. So she has, a number of different little beads and little the shell, the African shell.
That is
Yeah, she
beautiful.
has. Yeah.
So is that
So
on
this
the
is
site by any chance?
this is brand new. We haven't even gotten it on the site yet.
Well,
So
that
it'll
one's
be
going
up on the
to,
site within the next.
let me just tell you something. That is going to go quick because uh, I'm interested to know, kind of give me a range. What would I be looking at for something like that,
For
roughly?
something like this is about $80.
Okay, we'll talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna bother you tonight. I'm gonna let you get back to your family. But yeah,
Yeah,
we will
yeah.
be talking this weekend. I don't know if you got. I've got a couple appearances. I'll be on your side of town tomorrow morning. There's a new floor and
Wow.
decor that's opening up
Mhm.
on Highway 17 between 6 Mile and Long Point, behind
Oh.
that Sphinx.
Mhm.
There's a new floor and
Yeah, I know what you're
decor
talking about.
store opening
Mhm.
up. So I'll
Yeah.
be there broadcasting live from my radio station from 10 a.m. until noon. And then tomorrow evening, like I said, I'm the MC hype man for the South Carolina Stingrays, our hockey team. So there's a game I got to MC. But I will, so if you get a chance, maybe pop up to that new floor and decor. Who knows? Maybe you and your husband want to
You
get
said
some new flooring, if nothing else. If you can pop in for a minute and bring that bag with you, because hopefully my wife will be there with me. I asked her to come, and I want her to see that. But yeah, you're gonna have some orders for that bag. Let alone
yeah.
everybody else is watching the show either live or the recorded version. That is, both of those handbags were beautiful. But
Thank you. And she just recently, so we're talking about, a black owned business. So Koba, that's her name, the 10-year-old who does the crochet. Koba and Sarabi, they have their products on Etsy. It's called Koba's Crochet Collection. KOBAS
okay. And it's Koba,
KROCHET.
Koba. That's her name.
Yeah, her name is Koba.
I love that. What's the
Koba's.
origin?
It is I think it's Hebrew.
I know. I'm sure.
Yes, it's
I'm sure
Hebrew.
the name. What does that mean? I'm sure there's a mean.
So her name is Koba Shwe Davu. Koba is Hebrew for Jacob, which is following after. Shwe is Mandarin for water or rain, and Davu is Swahili, is a new beginning.
Go ahead, mommy.
So her
You
name,
came up with that
yeah.
all
So
by
her
yourself, didn't you, doctor?
Yes,
I
she's
love
a
it.
rainbow baby. She's a baby, after we had lost a baby. So her name means following after rain is the new beginning.
I love that. Oh, that is awesome. That
Yeah.
is awesome.
Yeah.
You bad. You're a bad lady, Doctor Adrian. I love that. I love that. So
Yeah.
what's their site? Let everybody know where their
It's
site is again.
it's called Koba's Crochet Collection and it's spelled KOBASKROCHETion
I love it. So they replaced the C with they replaced the K or replaced the C with the K.
C.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Koba, and because
Yeah.
her name is spelled K,
Koba.
crochet.
Yeah.
That is so
And
clever.
collection is Kolexion.
Boy, you black
Koba's
folks over there,
Crochet.
y'all just doing some stuff.
Well, you know how we do.
I
You know how we
know.
do. We things come to us. We dream about different things. You know how it is.
Yes, yeah, the
Spiritually,
spirit brings it to
divine
you. Come on
connections.
now, come on.
Right. Right.
Yes,
And so we pray about it. We manifest it, and we allow God to do whatever works that need to be done. And that's, if you think about it, that's how our ancestors have been making it
yeah,
all before.
absolutely. You are absolutely
Yep.
right. Absolutely right. Okay. All right, there.
Yep.
So, all right, the enemy is trying to play some games here. Satan, we rebuking you. We rebuking
Yeah. We
you.
bind them.
Yeah,
We bind them.
we rebuking you. So okay, so once again, it is it it is yours is the pineapple apple carriage
The
boutique.
pineapple The
I got it right.
pineapple carriage. The pineapple carriage boutique.
Oh, the pineapple carriage. Okay, my bad. Why did I throw apple in there?
Yes.
Okay,
I don't know.
I think I was looking at the flyer that you sent my wife, and I think I saw apple or email you. There was pineapple apple carriage in one of the text messages she sent me. So So,
Oh, okay.
I apologize. That's telling me. So
That's
it's
okay. It's okay.
pineapplecarriageboutique.com.
The Pineapple
All right, y'all
Carriage
got that?
Boutique.com. Yep.
Please correct me, especially when it comes to business. I don't want to be wrong about nothing, and I damn sure don't want to be wrong about getting your money. So it's the Pineapple Carriage
Carriage
Boutique.com.
Boutique.com.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So you all got that. So and you know what you just got. Most of everything you saw. You see the handbags are like custom orders. But I'm sure if you got any questions, you can leave a question.
Right.
And the market, almost like a pop-up shop. Once again, remind everybody, a week from this Sunday, December 14th, a chance to come on out and do some Christmas shopping. Do it online. Go to their site, their websites. But, go visit Dr. Adriane in person in
Right.
Mount Pleasant. Give us that date, the time, and the location again.
Sunday, December 14th from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Park Bend, 3520 Park Avenue Boulevard, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, 29466. And if you want to look it up even easier, you can look up Mount Pleasant Market North. That's what it's called. They usually have a market every first Saturday of every month, but due to the inclement weather, it was moved to next Sunday, December 14th from 12 p. to 3 p.
Okay, and that's easy. Mount Pleasant Market North. Okay, just
North.
do a search on that. Because what I'm just,
Hmm.
what like some landmarks? What is that near?
To be honest with you, it is directly across from Costco. The Costco warehouse that we have here in Mount Pleasant, it is positioned right across the parking lot.
So help me out. So now all is so funny. So my first 10 years here, I came in 2005 until 2015. I lived in Mount Pleasant, like right across the street from where you are. Like I told you, I lived in Bell Hall. I was in an
Hmm.
apartment and we were in a townhouse. And I was saying, damn, why is it Costco? Only Costco they got. Literally, you had to drive all the way on the other side of town from Mount Pleasant, the end of 526, one of our interstates, to go to Costco. And then I guess, I don't know how long it's been open, but sometime after 2015, then all of a sudden I hear, oh, there's a Costco in Mount Pleasant. I'm like, well, damn, well,
Right.
y'all didn't open it up when I was living over there, where I had to drive all the way across town to go to Costco, which is why I wound up getting a membership with Sam's Club, which I'm not messing with Sam's Club. I haven't renewed it because Walmart, they were on the anti-DEI. So I'm like, oh, I'm done with you all. Costco, to their credit, they are still standing on business, supporting the diversity, equity, and inclusion programs within the company. So that said a lot to me.
Yeah.
So what is that Costco near? So there's a town center is a big mall. Is it past
So
town
town
center?
center is past town center. It's, to be honest with you, Costco is on the backside of Roper Mount Pleasant, the hospital,
Oh, it's
Roper
over
Mount
there.
Pleasant.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
easy.
so it's
That's only
right
what
on the backside.
well, I have a new doctor, but before my old doctor retired, like 18 years. My physical, that's where I went to get my physical every year. So I know exactly. It's behind there. I didn't know that.
It's right behind it. Yeah,
Oh, I
you would
know
have to,
exactly
if
where
you're
that's
coming
at.
into the left, you
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
turn left, and it is past the hospital on the right hand side. And then across the street from Costco, which you should be able to see it with all the tents and everything, because it's not in a closed off area. It's all open air. So it's right across the street from Costco. So if you get
Oh.
to the Costco in Mount Pleasant, you'll be right there.
And if you don't know what a Costco is, the Roper Hospital on Highway 17, and just go behind that.
Right,
Now, no, okay, well,
right.
yeah, I still go over to a lot of towns, even though my doctor is on the other end, and Wingo Wait is down near the bridge. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the forget the I forget the name of the dude, but you know what I'm talking about. The new bridge that we have now.
Yeah, the
Uh,
Ravenel. Yeah.
Ravenel, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I get my blood work done at the hospital of Mount Pleasant, because the
Roper Mount
lab,
Pleasant.
that's one of
Mm-hmm.
the main labs, and all the nurses know me.
Right.
And I'm afraid of needles. I'm more afraid of a needle than a gun. If you pull a gun and a needle on me, I'll fight you with the gun. But the needles, I do not do needles. So, but they know it. So they always, they talk to me like we're talking. So I figured out what they were doing. They were distracting me. Because
Mm-hmm.
before, I literally would I would close my eyes and have to say the Lord's Prayer. Because me and needles, that's a whole nother story. One day, my mother, she could come on, she could explain that to you. But yeah, that's a whole other story. So, all right, well, listen, we want to get you back before before Christmas, a couple weeks, we want you to make that final push because people are doing shopping. Once again, the Pineapple Carriage Boutique.com, and give us your daughter's sites again.
Koba's Crochet Collection .etsy.com, and Koba's Crochet Collection is KOBASKollexion.etsy.com.
Thank you, Dr. Adriane Smalls Owens. And like I said, if you guys got it between 10 and noon, just pop over there to, that new floor decor. Bring that little black handbag because it's somebody I want to see that because I think I have an idea. There's somebody that might like that. Actually, it may be a couple people in my family that would like that. So, but I want to get her sign off because, we have to check with y'all sometimes.
Right.
I'm pretty good 30 years. I know that if I got the money, they know that, Daddy gonna hook everybody up. but still, it's good to, because now I always tell them, I just had the conversation with Allie, it is time to text Daddy Claus your Christmas wish list. I said, but find some Black-owned businesses that have what you want, because we're not doing the retailers. But
understood.
But that way I can't go wrong. So they won't say, well, it's nice, but you got me what you wanted me to have, not what I wanted. So I've learned. I'm like, nope.
Right.
You text me what you want. So it won't be no mistake. So, just some of the things you learn after 30 years, I'm sure your husband has kind of learned by trial and error, and he's a girl dad too. So
he is a girl dad. But I think because of all of the Christmases and everything that he's missed, and just the beauty of us celebrating each other, it's different when you have different experiences.
Yes.
So I totally understand where you're coming from. But from us, we're a little bit more laissez-faire. If there's something specifically, then we're like, okay, we really want this thing, but it's really not, not a major. This is the list. Please get everything on the list. We're a little bit laissez-faire.
Of course, me, the comedian, I'm over dramatizing it a little bit. I just, and I just tell them, I say, listen, list it in order of priority. And, if you have to put a little asterisk by it or two, so we'll know if we have to, whittle the list down, because, sometimes there's a long list. I'm like, well, this whole list is not in the budget. So let's prioritize these items. So we'll know, okay, we can hold off on this one, but this is the must-have. So thank you, Dr. Adriane. I just love your
You're
spirit
welcome.
and smile. You just always come on. It's like a ray of sunshine. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Hopefully you got some, and let's make this episode go viral again. Hopefully you got some hits from the last time you were on the show, folks watching, because I know some, oh, you on the radio? We know you have a TV show. They're like, yeah, we do. So we'll see you on the 14th. Go to all of their websites, and if you can, pop on out there to Flowing the Cord. I'm gonna have to invoice them because they're getting some free plugs on the TV show. They paid for time on the radio show. They didn't pay for time on the TV show. But it would be great if you and your husband could come out, because
I'll see if we can squeeze it in.
Yep, because I think I talked, because I normally don't ask the mayors to go places with me or do stuff. So she knows if I ask her, she like, okay, he must really want me to go. So I'm pretty laissez-faire, like you said. I'm just
laissez-faire.
Get a weekend, let her, do your thing. I'm here if you need me. If you need me, you want me around, I'm here. But otherwise, do your thing. So thank you, Dr. Adriane. Have a great evening and great weekend, everybody. Please go to the Pineapple Carriage Boutique. That is the pineapplecarriageboutique.com. And
Koba's Crochet Collection.
Collection. All right. Thank you, Dr. Adriane.
Thank you. All right. Good night.
All right. What a great show. So we got to make that episode go viral. Hey, listen, everybody. Have a great weekend. Or a great weekend. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Only need about 44 new subscribers to become a YouTube partner. Once we 1,000 new subscribers, YouTube will monetize my media company and my YouTube channel. So thank you. Spread the word. Tell everybody to subscribe to the channel. Please leave your comments. It's so important that we support Black-owned media, and one of the ways to do it is to make sure that you click on the thumbs up, like this and every episode. Don't forget, and tell everybody to click the like button you see below. Also, leave your comments. That also is so important. Leave your comments in the comments section below. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram. Kelby Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones, who? Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. You can check her out on Instagram and her Lexi Jones collection, LX.NCL_LX.NCL_. If you would like to support the Geno Jones Show and Geno Media, my media company, I'd love to have you as a part of the Geno Jones Show family, as a sponsor or advertiser. You want some information? Just use my email address. Shoot me an email, Geno Jones Show. That's how you spell my name. No the, Geno Jones Show. Got that? Geno Jones Show at Gmail. It's Geno Jones Show at gmail.com. Or you can support the show financially using Cash App. $Dad G Jones. All one word. And Geno Jones Show at Gmail, by the way, is all one word. Cash App, $, D, lowercase a d, capital G, J, lowercase o, N, E, S, $Dad G Jones. No amount is too small or too large. One time, look, if you hit that $8 million, what is it, a Powerball lottery, you can break a brother off, whatever you want to do. It could be $5, it could be $5 billion, or whatever, or the 800 million, or whatever it is. Once again, no amount is too small or too large, and thank you for your support. It is so important that we support Black-owned media, all of our Black-owned institutions, but we must. More and more you see Black news anchors and personalities. Now that MAGA's taking control of all these major corporate networks, more and more Black people are resigning, retiring, or leaving, being fired. So that's what we got to support, our own Black-owned media. All right. So thank you very much for your support. Once again, tell everybody to subscribe to the channel. Just make the episode go viral. You can so make it go viral by copy and pasting the link. You can share or tag this show on all your social media platforms. You can tag and share this episode with everybody that follows you on any and all of your social media platforms. You can screenshot, you can grab some of the video and post it on all your and everybody else that follows you on you all's social media platforms. You got that? Tongue going to get tied up. So post it on your social media platforms, post it on everybody else that follows you. Even folks you don't know, you can share or tag it or post it on their social media platforms or DMs or direct messages. All right, thank you, everybody. Getting to get a chance to shout out to everybody. Of course, my executive producer, my number one fan, my mother, Mary Dixon. Thank you. And everybody else that was watching. Once again, don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below. Please don't forget to like this and every episode. Binge watch this and all my back episodes. Make it a Geno Jones Show binge watch weekend. And please, so important that we support Black-owned media financially. You can support the show and the channel, once again, using Zelle, Geno Jones Show at Gmail, or Cash App, $Dad G Jones. Have a great weekend. We'll see you live right here Monday evening, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Out on the West Coast, it'll be 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Have a great weekend if you missed any of this episode. Once again, big shout out to retired Marine Master Sergeant Roy Gray the official military expert, contributor for the Geno Jones Show, and Dr. Adriane Smalls Owens. Check her out, the pineapplecarriageboutique.com.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.